Here on CT Live, right? We were talking about burgers and ice cream earlier, sorry, but we're going to talk about fitness now. Why is it, though, that when we grow up, we stop thinking of fitness as fun? Here to help us retrain our brains and show us some exercises is Maggie Downey, founder of Personal Euphoria and the author of Keep Moving. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I think 3/4 of adults in the U.S. don't get 30 minutes of exercise a day. And a big part of that is exercise seems boring or just grueling and hard. But if you think back to when you were a kid, it was all play. I mean, it was endlessly fun, right? And it wasn't structured. I mean, I watch my nephews play. They're like under 5 and they're silly. They jump up and down, they run in circles, they do whatever they want. So when we think about movement, if we want to make it fun because we don't like traditional exercise, we can think outside the box and make it more playful. One way to always do that is balance. Okay. So I brought a couple tools for balance today. You have a balance disc.
I took off my heels for this, so where do we get started?
So you're going to step on that balance disc, and I'm going to step on the half foam roller. And if you have a friend or kids or by yourself, you could play with balance and explore it exactly like what you're doing. Get creative.
And goodness, I think we need balance in all phases of our life, right? And you can see that shot there. Don't look at my pedicure. It's seen better days, but this is great for anybody, especially for beginners too, who are just trying to get back into it. Also, can we just talk about how good I'm doing right now?
And you're doing extra good because you don't have shoes on. I have sneakers on, makes it much easier.
Yes.
If, like, you're doing so good, then we add to the balance a little game of toss. So I brought a bean bag.
Ooh, okay.
Can we try to toss this back and forth?
I'm going to try the other leg, see how we work out. Oh gosh, okay. Here we go.
Yep.
Hey friends, look at me. Okay, and then back?
Then back.
Okay.
And you could make this harder. We could get further away and keep playing, right? So one way to just sort of make it silly, make it fun, especially if you don't care if you're perfect, right? That's a big piece of it. The next thing is like a game of toss. Go out with your kids, just toss a ball back and forth. Remember when you were a kid, you try to be like, how many times can we pass this back and forth without dropping it? So that's what we're going to do now. All right, we're not going to catch it. We'll just toss. You toss, toss, toss. Yep, exactly. And you'd be counting how many times. And I see your smile already, quite frankly.
I mean, I'm thrilled right now. This is incredible. I think I did that a little aggressively.
That's all right. That's what happens. That's half the fun, right?
Yes.
You speed it up, you slow it down. So it's a ton of fun. And often I'll do this with my clients if they kind of come in a bad mood. It's hard to stay in a bad mood.
You could tell this morning I wasn't my peppy self. You were like, we need to do a little game of toss, get Taylor back to her roots. Yeah.
It makes you smile because it's playful movement. The other thing that we'll do, and this I will tell you is more fun if you have a kid. Okay. I call it fit as a 5-year-old, but ultimately you mimic someone else's movement. So if you say to a little kid, come up with movement, I'll follow you. Okay. You're going to get a great workout. Absolutely. It will not be structured. It will be silly. Yeah. So if you or I were to do this, do you want me to follow you or do you want to follow me?
I will follow you.
All right, so you just do what I do. And you try to keep up with me. Right? But if it's a 5-year-old, they'll do all sorts of wonky moves that you won't even come up with. Yes. They'll toss it back and forth. You'll be laughing like crazy if you have a little kid. And it will be hard.
Already. And it was hard. Look at us. We're out of breath. And I feel like we did nothing, but we were joyful in the process. Very quickly, where can people follow you for more info?
PersonalEuphoria.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here and for making fitness fun, as always.